say CWIN is a community, it's a brand, and it's a company. So whatever thing that I am doing, I always have a long-term effect for it. So even when I'm doing it in the community, we don't do it anyhow. When the community is launching something or is having an event, we don't do it anyhow. It's because of the long-term effects. The same thing goes for, the brand itself. We don't do it anyhow. The same goes for the company. So I could remember in 2018, as far back as 2018, even our graphics. I know if I go back now and see some of those graphics, I smile because I'm like, how did I use all of these graphics? But those graphics are then, they were one of the best. That's how, how it was for us then. They were one of the best. But I find a lot of people who want to do something. Truth be told, you are doing something, even the graphics you are using is so bad. The platform you are using is so bad. The way you present what you do with a huge sense of mediocrity. The mediocre nature is so bad. The effect is glaring and it's very bad. You cannot build a long-term thing with a short-term effect. You must begin to see what you are doing as a long-term project, as something that has a 5-year effect, 10-year effect, 20-year effect. So it is very important. What's the long-term plan for what you do? In 2018, when I launched out my brand, CWIN Africa, I had a long-term plan. I knew what I wanted. So even at that point, I knew what I wanted, even though I didn't know the steps to take. Yes, I want you to know this. You're not going to have everything at the beginning. Yes. But I knew what I wanted. So the thing I looked at for then was, what should I do to ensure that we gradually meet the long-term effect? What should I do to ensure that we gradually meet the long-term plan? And that was it for me. Now, if you are somebody also like me who wants to do something, I want you to think that way too. What should you do to ensure that you meet a long-term effect? And it's in the process of being intentional that you begin to get the things you want to do. Now, let me give you an idea. Some of the things that we are doing now for the company were ideas that came to my head as far back as 2018, 2019, 2020. But as usual, I was like, we cannot do this now. We cannot achieve this now. I'm going to write it down. Why are those ideas coming? Because I had a long-term plan. And I knew that this was going to help us in the long run. So one of the questions you want to ask yourself now is, what is your long-term plan? Stop hustling. You heard that? I said what? Stop hustling. We have people who are hustling. They say they are running business, but the truth is that you are hustling. And hustling does not mean you should not work hard. No. When I tell people don't hustle, they'll be like, coach, do you mean I should not work hard? You mean I should not do any job again? I should not do any work again? You mean I should keep outsourcing what I do? No, that's not it. It comes from the way you do what you do. So we have lots of hustlers. For instance, a lot of people know that they want to do something with that skill that they have. But the problem is this. You look at what you have as a money spinner that can bring you money whenever you like. Now, it's okay. Your skill can bring you money whenever you like. But here's the catch. We have lots of people, especially if you're a young person, I want you to listen to me now, because we have people who are making this mistake. So you have a skill. You begin to monetize this skill. People begin to pay you. And all of a sudden, you begin to remember that all the whole thing you have not eaten, you're going to eat it now. The places you've not gone to, you go there now. For instance, you started monetizing your skill and the first money that came to you was, let's say, $400. that's probably 200,000, you know, and then it begins to come to you and like, I must travel to this place, I must buy this thing that I have not bought since. You are eating your seed. You are eating your seed because you think that money comes to you whenever you like. You are hustling, my brother. You are hustling, my sister. The very moment you begin to work to make money and spend, you are hustling.